Hello, friends. My name is Anureet. I hope you're doing great. Welcome to my French learning channel, Le Bon Prof. Today, in this video, I'm going to discuss with you some interesting facts about La Tour Eiffel. The goal of this video is not to download a lot of information about the Eiffel Tower, however, to share few interesting tidbits of information that would interest you, as well as to read in French so that you developed a habit of reading, listening to French language. On commence. La Tour Eiffel est située à Paris en France. The Eiffel Tower is situated in Paris in France. C'est le monument payant le plus visité au monde. It is the most visited paid monument of the world. In fact, between 6 to 7 million visitors come, buy tickets and see Eiffel Tower every year. Il a été construit en 1889 par l'ingénieur Gustave Eiffel pour commémorer les 100 ans de la Révolution française. It was constructed in 1889 by engineer Gustave Eiffel for commemorating the 100 years of French Revolution. French Revolution happened in 1789. Therefore, when 100 years of that revolution happened in 1889, the then French government wanted to do something to mark the 100 years of the revolution. Therefore, they decided to conduct a world fair where the proposals for making a monument to commemorate that 100 years of French Revolution were sought. French government got almost 1,000 proposals, out of which the proposal of Gustave Eiffel's company was accepted. Gustave Eiffel was a very famous builder and engineer in France. He had already built a lot of monuments and bridges in and around Paris. Therefore, his proposal was considered the best, and the contract of making a monument to commemorate the 100 years of French Revolution was given to him. On continue. 50 architectures et ingénieurs et 132 ouvriers sont travaillés pendant 2 ans pour le terminer. 50 architects and engineers and 132 workers worked for 2 years for finishing Eiffel Tower. So construction of Eiffel Tower started in 1887. It took 50 architects and engineers and 132 workers who worked for 2 years non-stop to finish the work in 1889 to be displayed as a centerpiece in the World Fair in 1889. La hauteur totale de la structure est de 324 meters. The total height of the structure is 324 meters, out of which 300 meters is the tower and 24 meters is the antenna which was installed on top of the tower later on. C'était censé être une structure temporaire et a démantelé après 20 ans. It was supposed to be a temporary structure to be dismantled after 20 years. Not many people know it, but Eiffel Tower was never supposed to be a permanent fixture in Paris. It was only supposed to be there for some years after marking the being a centerpiece in the World Fair for marking the 100 years of French Revolution, and after which it was supposed to be taken down and sold for scraps. Of course, that never happened. Initialement, la tour elle-même a été combattue par les Parisiens. Initially, the tower itself was contested or opposed by the Parisians. The citizens of Paris are called as Parisians. There were 2 reasons why they opposed this. First, Paris is supposed to be a very beautiful city with beautiful old ancient structures, beautifully made streets, cobbled streets, avenues, etc. So they thought that this giant tower of steel and iron is going to destroy the beauty of Paris. They thought that the tower is going to be really, really ugly. Second reason was no one thought that a tower 300-meter tall was ever going to be constructed. It was not possible to be constructed. They thought that this feat of engineering is impossible. In fact, after being made in 1889, Eiffel Tower remained the tallest building for a very long time, unless its record was broken by the Chrysler Building in Washington, D.C. in 1929. So you can see for so many years it remained a marvel of engineering feat in the whole world and remain the tallest building. So people thought that it is impossible to create such a structure. It had never been done before. So a- on its time when it was made, it was a genius of Gustav Eiffel that made it possible. That people considered that it is impossible to make. Pendant la Première Guerre mondiale, il a été utilisé par l'armée française. During the First World War, it was used by French army. First World War during 1940, French government and French army intelligence realized that since the Eiffel Tower is so tall, you can install an antenna on top of it and use it for communication and intercepting the enemy messages. Therefore, it was used extensively during the First World War for military purposes. In fact, there was a very famous spy called Mata Hari. She was a German spy that who was caught. Her message that was encrypted was caught using the antenna on top of the Eiffel Tower. That's how she was caught and later executed. So it was extensively used for military purposes during the First World War. So these were some interesting facts and tidbits of information about Eiffel Tower. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly like, subscribe and share my channel and keep watching this space for more interesting videos on French. Au revoir.